What's up, guys? Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. We're going to be talking about the based deck today, the 60-card base deck. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you've heard of it. But this list just got first place at a Dragon Rider Games tournament, piloted by Paulie Anderson. So, shout out Paulie Anderson, crazy player. Taking the 60-card deck to the top, getting first place at that. I believe it was a $300 tournament, just about. It was like a place of Secret Lightning Storms, given out to first place, which, you know, is about $300, something like that. I'm sure the finals is going to be on DB Grinder's page soon enough, so you guys can see this deck in action. I know he's already played, or has already showcased the deck some, so definitely check out DB Grinder if you want to see this deck in action. I'm not going to be showing off this deck today. I'm just going to be looking at the deck. This was the first place list, and I was just curious to see what it was. So, based, if you don't know, based is Brave, Artifact, Souls, Enforcer, Dragon, I guess. I think that's what the D is, for Red Rose Dragon. I'm not entirely sure what the D is. I think it's that. I think it's Dragon, like for the Red Rose Dragon combos that you can do with the deck, because it's pretty crazy, right? It does the Brave Tenny stuff where, you go summon out do your Brave token shenanigans. You end on a 4 and a 7, and then you summon the Red Rose Dragon and then go into that. But there's a million other lines that you can go with this deck. Souls is really, really good in this deck. With the Brave engine, Souls kind of just jumps in and destroys your Fateful, or like sends your Fateful Adventure and Draco back, draw 2, which is pretty crazy. It puts a body on board to make the Hulk. Pretty gross. Or Dagda Enforcer, or Dagda, Predaplant. So you're scything with this deck. You're also using the Brave combo. You're also going into like the Baron Hulk line. It also features the Cupid Pitch line into the Borreload Savage. It's everything. It's just a compilation of every good engine currently that we can play, and then a bunch of hand traps and like droplets and all your good cards. So it's like just a pile of good cards and good combo, and the fact that it's 60 cards lets you hide your bricks, which is pretty cool. And somehow this deck is so uber consistent. I've done some test hands. Every hand works. Every single hand works. I don't know why. I don't know how. It just works. It just does. So yeah, this deck is crazy. As far as like the bricks go, you're hiding a lot of bricks. It's a 60 card deck. You have a lot of bricks. You don't want to draw a lot of these cards. So obviously you don't want to draw Creation Resonator, because you do that with the Cupid Pit combo. You don't want to draw 001. You don't want to draw your Fusion Destiny bricks. You don't really want to draw Destrudo and Snow, but they're fine to draw. Like, those are like draws that like it's whatever, I guess. You don't want to draw any of the punk cards. Also, that's a new addition. That's something that the base deck was not really playing before. So that's really cool to see all these punk cards. But I don't think you want to draw any of them. You just want to E-Tele off this one, and then like go into the full combo with these from there. Also interesting, this player was playing the Madam Spider and not playing the Breakthrough Skill-esque card, which is interesting. The other cards you don't want to draw, Mare, you don't want to draw that. That's Basil Rose, of course, as well as the Rox Rose. You don't want to draw either of those Red Rose Dragon bricks. And then you don't want to draw your Fatefuls and Griffins as well. Griffin's not the worst in the world, because that plus Red Rose is full combo. And Red Rose is pretty consistent because you're actually playing Small World as well, which kind of like this deck. We talked about Small World the other day in Tenny Brave. And this deck plays a lot of similar cards, a lot of the hand traps as well. So this deck, I imagine, could bridge just about any card to any card with Small World. So that's really interesting. So overall, and Draco back. You don't want to draw that. So overall, like, what's that? Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like 15 cards you don't want to draw. That's a lot of cards you don't want to draw. So 60 cards just makes sense. Like 14? I ballparked a little bit with because of the Brave cards adding into it. But yeah, something like that. Pretty close to that amount of cards you don't want to draw. And a lot of them is fine like to draw. Like I said, Griffin can like combo. Destrudo Snow, like they can just extend. I mean, you have to pitch them, but you can pitch them with the Fateful Adventure, so it's fine. So yeah, overall, crazy deck. Let's get into it. I'm going to just like look over it. We're going to look over every single card in the deck, the side and extra and everything. Just kind of clear the focus of this deck, right? Okay, so starting off with the artifacts, we have one Lancia and one Scythe. This makes sense. The Lancia is really good, and I think a lot of the time, this player like will going first. You probably like Scythe every time you can, but Lancia is like another good option as well. And yeah, it's kind of just cool. So yeah, Lancia. I've seen some players you like playing both of these in the base deck, and they make this. They put the Lancia because it's better against most decks, but or like not better, but it's good against every deck. When Scythe is like not good against like Eldritch and stuff, but like I still think you just Scythe every time blind. Probably like that sounds optimal to me. So yeah, those are the two artifact cards. Funny enough, they do get a letter in the acronym, even though it's only two cards. And then we have I'm about to leave for locals, and my ride's about to leave. I don't know what they're getting here, so I just gotta like keep making sure. Anyway, hand traps. Play the triple ash, the triple ghost spell, the triple ghost ogre, triple effect veiler. It's a lot of hand traps, and the triple droplet for going second card. So a lot of going second cards. You kind of need a lot of going second cards going in a 60 card deck, because if you don't open any of this format, it's kind of really bad. You need multiple hand traps or droplets, pretty much to like be able to play in the format. With like Scythe going around, all these really powerful like decks that can build really scary boards. The Brave Tenyi stuff, Virtual World, of course, can build really strong boards. Virtual World is scything now most of the time, so. Yeah, you kind of need droplets. You kind of need like multiple hand traps to get through the Brave engine. So it makes sense, 12 hand traps as well as the droplets. And it's kind of cool because Ghost Ogre can be part of a combo with E-Tele as well. But this deck doesn't really do that because you're playing the punk. He's playing the punk cards as well. So yeah. Really cool there. Then we have the bricks. Really, these are like the big bricks. Obviously, your Fusion Destiny bricks suck. They suck to draw. 001 sucks to draw, but at least you can still summon it off of Hulk. These you can still send with Fusion Destiny, so it's not the worst in the world. Creation Resonator sucks to draw because that's just like a card you don't get to search. I'm not sure if there's another 600 defense monster in this deck. I guess the punk cards. I guess they work to search, but like you don't really want to. That like kind of sucks. But whatever. You don't want to draw this card. That sucks because you just like can't get it free card off of Cupid Pitch after that. The Destrudo and Snow are really interesting because of the Shooting Riser in the extra deck. Makes it very easy to do, and making a 7 is really easy with the Despot 001 Auroradon combo, because you can instantly make a 7. So you can go for the Shooting Riser, send something. If you want, you can Scythe in multiple ways with this deck, because you can make a Baron and Riser with the Red Rose and Vishuda or Griffin Rider combo. You make Baron and Shooting Riser, and then Shooting Riser sends the Scythe, and then you can bounce the Baron on your turn, bring back the Scythe, so that's really cool. So like that gives a little bit of extra access, but you can also just send the Destrudo or the Snow for additional combos. It makes a lot of sense. Send the Destrudo, and then you can also make Yazi. So that's kind of cool, and then go into some more stuff there. But this player is not playing like the Sword Soul cards, like the Yazi or like the Taiye and stuff, which makes sense. That's more of like a Brave Tenyi stuff. That takes a couple of extra deck slots, and the extra deck seems fairly tight here. So yeah, that's all these cards, the hand traps and stuff. Then we have the punk cards. The punk cards, if you don't know, E-Tele is going to go ahead and bring out Z-Amin. Z-Amin's going to go ahead and search Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune's going to discard itself in another card, special summon out the Madam Spider. Then you would be able to search the Imperm card, the Breakthrough card. I think it's like Ganbu something. This player's not playing it, but yeah, you can do that. And then sync those two into, or link those two into Hulk, and then you have full Hulk combo from just one E-Tele. So that's a really interesting combo. And then you go into your Deskbot, you're into your Auroradon combo, and then you Cupid Pitch. And that whole combo is going to end you on probably Riser, Borreload, Savage, and like the Auroradon. And you could probably like sack off the Auroradon for like to continue comboing. But yeah, crazy cool seeing the punk stuff. Yeah, duh. You go into the Yazi, and then the Yazi brings out the Marimare. Marimare then goes into the Shooting Riser. So yeah, it's crazy. Like that combo is really nuts. Marimare is another card you don't want to draw. That's another brick. But that's okay. That's okay overall. Next we have the Triple Souls. This just adds to consistency. And then the 2 Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos is really cool because if you draw it, you can pitch it to search souls, and then souls send the other one from your deck to summon the souls, and then do souls stuff after the Brave combo, and then you get to draw 2. So it's like that's an incredibly strong engine. It's actually so strong that I've been seeing some players playing Preparation of Rites to search the Illusion of Chaos, discard the Illusion of Chaos, getting to your souls combo through that. So like just maxing out on more of those copies makes sense. I like the preparation, and if the prep is dead in your hands, you can send it off the souls. So it's like kind of cool. It works pretty well. So interesting like to not see the souls, but it makes sense. I mean, this player's playing every combo, every engine you can possibly play. So it makes sense. So yeah, that's the souls. Marimar. Then he played the Red Rose Dragon with the Rocks Rose and the Basil Rose, so that you can go into like the Baron combo with Vishuda or Griffin Rider and Red Rose. So that's really cool, and you can get into Red Rose with the Small World, and you can also instead of going into your Auroradon line, you can make the Hulk summon out the Red Rose and then go into that combo from the Hulk through just E-Telly. So if you open like the Vishuda plus E-Telly, I mean, the world is your oyster, realistically, especially if you open Brave first, because then it's pretty much just safe to do every combo that you want. Every combo, right? Pretty crazy. So yeah, that's really cool seeing that. Then the player played the triple Vishuda and the double Griffin Rider as well. That way you can, bridge into that combo. And this deck's like super consistent because you also have Small World as well. I know it's just a 3 of in your 60 card deck, so it's, just adds to consistency, but still, it's pretty cool. And then for the Brave engine, playing obviously the triple Enchantress, the triple Right, Foolish that can send the Enchantress, but Foolish can also send like, alright, Foolish can do everything in this deck, right? You can send Destrudo, you can send one of these if you're going for like the Baron combo, and then with the Shooting Riser you want to send Snow instead to make like a Qing Ying play, although Qing Ying's not in the extra deck here anyway. But yeah, this player is playing the widened Brave combo, or Brave engine. You're playing the triple Water Enchantress, triple Right, which is normal, but then playing 2 Fateful Adventure and 2 Griffin. And this makes a lot of sense for this build because you go into the Souls, which, sacks off the Fateful Adventure, and then next turn if you want to go into Brave again, you can't because there's a second Fateful Adventure is gone. You don't have one. But this player is playing the second one, which a lot of people are playing this 60 card based deck. I'm seeing it become more of the standard for this deck is the double up on the Brave and or the double up on the Brick Brave cards, except Draco back. Of course, you're still going to only play the one Draco back. But yeah, really, really cool seeing the double Fateful and the double Griffin. So a wider Brave package. It's really cool. It doesn't cost any extra because Fateful Adventure is like, what, like $3? Griffin's bulk, like, yeah, it's pretty cool. The double Illusion of Chaos for the Souls combo, the one Brick. One called by, that card's still insane, right? The one Draco back as the combo, triple E-Telly to get you into the Hulk. I mean, that's one card combo. It's incredibly strong. Foolish, like I said, can really do everything. Droplets is a pretty necessary go second card. The one Fusion Destiny instead of 2, you don't want to draw it with this deck apparently. You want to just go for the Predaplant, the Verte instead. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I get that. You don't want to play this card. Because like, it probably contradicts with engine. You don't want to like, I don't know. I'd probably you could definitely play the double Fusion Destiny, and if you draw one dead like later, you can send it off Souls potentially. That does require you to have the Souls. It's like kind of weird, but yeah, it makes sense. And then the Small World, which bridges everything. So that's the 60 card main deck. Such a cool deck, dude. I would love to play this deck if it wasn't like $7,000. The Brave stuff is just too expensive. I just sold my Brave stuff because it like went up too much. I only had half of it. I had 3 Water Enchantresses, no rights. So yeah, I sold those because they went up to like $80. And I was like, dude, geez, like what? So yeah. But yeah, this deck's like fairly expensive. You definitely, there's a lot of expensive stuff. The Souls engine's fairly expensive. The Brave engine's obviously very expensive. Small Worlds, Droplets. You need Baron. You need Hulk. You need Anaconda. You need Access Code. You need the Enforcer engine. It's pretty much every expensive card in the game, realistically. Like that people are playing. All into one giant crazy deck that I love and I really wish I could play. But good thing we have DB, right? Anyway, that's the main deck. Let's talk about the extra deck. So Fusion Enforcer, of course. So you got the DPE. You got to have him. Access Code is a nice little kill you play. It makes sense. We have the Dagda and the Vert for that cool play. Scything people is pretty fun. Scythe locking is pretty fun. I absolutely hate it, and I really hope Dagda or Scythe get banned. Probably Scythe, because that just kills it. But like Dagda, I still like the idea of Sanctum. Like as a go first, like side deck card with Scythe. I still like the idea of that. In certain formats that like came up all the time. And yeah, Dagda kind of just like makes it stupid. Right? But then we still have like the Riser Baron combo that can Scythe people. So like maybe they should just ban Scythe. They should probably just ban Scythe. Right? Because that's the actual problem. This is just the enabler. I don't know. Then we got the Hulk. We got the Auroradon for that combo. Dark, because this card is insane, guys. This card is so absurd. It works in almost every deck. Like theoretically, it works in just about every deck. So yeah, this card's insane. It just climbs the access code free, like just about. With one other thing, like it just climbs right instant. Link Spider for the Brave token engine, to turn into the access code, to turn that token into the access code is pretty cool. And then the Monk for the Fashuda stuff. That's pretty cool. And then that's your Link stuff. Then you play the Baron for the Red Rose combo. Borreload and Cupid Pitch for the the Auroradon stuff into the Borreload combo. The Herald of Arclight is really cool. I addressed this in my last video about the Brave Tenny as well. This card is insane because it makes Droplet have to send like non-monsters, which is kind of insane. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, my friend is about to come, so yeah, we're about to. Well, let's finish this video. Next we have the Shooting Riser. Riser is crazy in this deck. Like I said, it really enables a lot of things. Then we have the Yazi as well, because this summons out the Marimar, summons out the Shooting Riser, which just like does full combo. So that's like just, it's so much. This deck does so much. It's so crazy. And to the side, the last two Lancias, because this card just is really insane in this format. Triple Droll, Triple Nib, these things are pretty standard to a side deck. Triple Gamma, one Driver, these things are pretty standard to a side deck. This format is really good for hitting Lancia, because Lancia is also dropping on standby phase a lot of the time to out the Water Enchantress. And then Triple Cosmic Cyclone, because this card's good. It's very solid. It's a really good answer to the Eldritch deck because of Lord of Heavenly Prison. While it's also good for hitting other things, it hits Scythe, which usually you're not going to side that card in for Scythe, but it can come up. It's not bad going first against Brave decks because you can hit the Fateful Adventure. It just has a lot of applications, this format. It's a really good card. Anyway, that's about it for the video. This was a lot to cover. As always, like, comment, subscribe makes a huge difference. It really does. Paulie Anderson, shout out Paulie Anderson, shout out Dragon Rider Games, of course. All of those people that do that, host those tournaments and stuff. Shout out all of them. I'll leave the Facebook link in the description down below if you're interested in that. To do that, hopefully I'll remember to do that. But yeah, that is it for the video. Also, of course, TCG affiliate link in the description down below, of course, and also I'll have the full deck list posted in the description down below. That way you can just click on that, download it, and then export it right into your or import it right into DB and get playing. Anyway, that is it. Have a good week and goodbye.